Hi, and welcome today and every day to Kathleen's Place. Remember, this is a safe place for you to share and to comment and share your journeys. Today we'll be talking about where I'm at in my separation after 29 years of marriage. So, I do have a script, which I'm reading off of, because I have a very hard time. You know that for those of you who follow me, you know that I have chronic fatigue syndrome. And anyhow, I just want to share with you what I'm working on in my life to better myself, and yeah, to just make things a little bit better for myself, and hopefully will trickle down to my kids as well. So the question is, where am I right now? Many times we carry the weight of our past experiences and memories, healing and rediscovering and those things shape who we are so many years. So in healing my inner self, I've come to realize that healing is not just about putting the past behind you and moving on. It's about reconnecting with the past me, my inner child, my teenage self, my young adult, and all the parts in between, up to being a middle-aged lady. For example, my inner child needs compassion, understanding, and love. My teenage years, well, they were a time of figuring out who I was, and I didn't do a very good a job at that because I still didn't know who I was by the end of being a teenager. My young adult self also struggled because I got married at a young age. And now for many people, a young age means, 18, 19, 20. But I was married at 23 years old, almost 24. And looking back, I was still just a baby. Probably due to hurts from the past. And it's not just from family. It's from other people in the world who also make an effect on you as a person. And of course, the version of me after being married. The years of marriage of 29 years, that's over half of my life, shaped me and made me the person I am today. But there are many things that I need to heal from that time, and I am working on those. This is not going to be a quick and easy fix. There will be lots of learning, lots of tears, lots of remolding myself and learning who I am. Now, I was raised in a Christian home, so that also plays another part in the hurts and the spiritual damage that the church did as well, and my parents unintentionally. There's so many things that I disagree with in the Christian world, which has brought me a lot of harm and a lot of hurt. And that is something that I am also working on I still believe in God. That is something I don't think I will ever stop doing. But like I've mentioned before, and the church has helped so many people. I'm not saying that it hasn't, but it has also hurt many people. It depends what church you're in, where you're at in the church, what's going on, and who knows, I might share that with you as part of my healing journey, because I have to heal from a lot of the hurt that I have experienced in church as well. Now, my healing journey started, I'm going to say, back in 2000 and I'm going to say 15, possibly, maybe even sooner. I've always been an intentional person, but then my life became complicated, and there are things that I could not learn, I guess, in my life because of the complicated life that I had. So my second goal for myself is learning to know myself better, to truly understand it. There's so many things that get in the way of learning, of knowing yourself. And I know that even as a youngster, I did not know myself. As a teenager, as a young adult, I did not know myself. And then getting into a marriage that was not a healthy marriage, it became even more so that I did not know myself. I had started to learn to get to know myself after taking, cross-cultural counseling and counseling classes. But then there I was also in a relationship that was very horrible. So I didn't really learn to get to know myself and to know and understand other people as well. This is an important process of growing in my life. And sorry that I keep looking down. I don't have all of this memorized because my memory is horrible because of my chronic fatigue syndrome. Just a little side fact, fun fact, whatever. Anyhow, so what I'm also learning is, where do I put my boundaries? What I will not tolerate in my life. What I will tolerate in my life. Healing the type of people that I'd like to have in my life. Or not people. My focus right now is me. And the wonderful thing here is, with the YouTube channel, I have made some wonderful friends. We talk and we chat on other platforms, whether it's Messenger, WhatsApp, or Instagram, on the messages there. We talk and we share our lives with each other, and it's a wonderful thing. I'm really grateful for that. And that's part of my healing process, is finding friends that I can talk to, that I can trust, that I can share who I am with, and we can help each other grow. Part of my healing process, I will be, this YouTube channel is part of my healing process. It helps me actually take that time to think about what it is that I need to do to heal. So that's one. Another thing that I will be doing is my art again. I do acrylic pour painting. Acrylic pour painting, yep. And I love that. It's very enjoyable. I started doodling again the other day, which I love doing. Many different kinds of things, so I might show you that one day. And I also have my clothing line, which I will use my arts to create clothes. I will share those clothes with you on my next video, maybe on my next live. And I do have a link on my description page of the YouTube channel to my clothing line if anybody ever wants to take a look at them, see what I have. And hopefully in the new year I will have new patterns out there and new styles of clothing again. So if you want to support me in my new life's journey and you see clothing that you like, feel free to check out that link. And I'm also going to share that in my comments below so that you can all take a look at that. So anyhow, that's just a side note, but that's finances are going to be a thing that is a new struggle for me as well. So like I mentioned before, learning to set boundaries and learning what I will tolerate and what I will not tolerate. It's all very empowering, but it's going to be a challenge. But I have been working on these things for many years, as I mentioned before, which is why I am at the place I am today. The reason that I was able to leave is because I started changing and growing before. I've been working even more since 2017. And then another 2022, I believe it was when I finally started taking notes again and writing things down of things that I don't accept and I don't want to be treated in certain ways. So I really was able to help myself in that way by writing down those things so that I could remember what happened. Having to unlearn old patterns is not easy, but I am working on it, and I believe that I am succeeding. One of those things is I remember in grade 5, my dad and I had gotten into a fight again, and he had hurt me, not physically, but emotionally. And there was always this plaque that we had sitting out, and it says not to go to sleep with anger or something like that. I'm not great at reciting things anymore. And I thought, why do I actually go to bed angry and wake up as if nothing has happened? And that's part of my who I am. But even back then, I realized that it was unhealthy for me, even as a grade 5 student. But this is something that I have done all my life, and that is why I had to start writing down things that have happened, so that I don't forget them, because they did harm me, emotionally mostly. But I had to write them down in order to make sure I didn't forget about them, because I knew I needed to make changes. And if my husband and I weren't able to continue being married because he wasn't making changes, then I had to make sure that I made the changes for myself, for my son, and for my kids. I'm also learning to say no to anything that does not go along with the new me. Now that new me has learned how to, and is learning how to, love myself, and to know that I have needs, and those needs are to be loved and respected. As I continue to walk this new path that I have, I'm learning to celebrate the progress that I've made. I have a friend who we celebrate each other's progresses in our new steps that we take in our life. Now I am still living with my children, and so far it's been going very well. There, of course, are adjusting times and getting to know each other on a different level again, because we haven't lived together for so many years. But it's been going well. And so where I am right now in my journey of healing, growing, and getting to know who I am, I'm truly enjoying that time. And reflecting on my past and who I was and who I want to be is very important. I want to become the best version of myself. We used to teach our kids about being perfect, perfection. And that just brings anxiety. It doesn't bring healing, and it just causes more grief in one's life. We should only work on being better than we were before, little by little. If you're going through a similar journey as myself, I really hope that my videos are able to make you feel not so alone. I hope that they can help you bring healing and look where you actually need to look for healing in yourself. It's a process that we can walk together on this journey, and we can help each other to grow and to see what is true. As I step into this new chapter of my life, my husband and I have now been separated for 3 months, and I'm starting to get more clarity on what I need, what I don't need, and again, what I will accept and what I will not accept in my life. This new chapter is exciting and hard, challenging, but will bring good things. So finding out what makes me happy, and becoming a real person and not just a person who goes through life without thinking. So figuring out what I want and what I need, that's authentic. It's going to be the authentic me and not just the me that I think other people want me to be. In the healing process, it will just look at one step at a time. And one thing that I used to actually teach people was don't try to change everything at once. You need to put everything in boxes that you need to learn and take one of those boxes at a time. Say your inner child, that could be one box. You're not trusting people, that can be another box. You're yelling and screaming at people, that can be another box. One of those at a time, work on it. And you're not going to be perfectly healed in one when you can feel okay to start on another one. But those are just things that will be a part of my healing journey and your healing journey. So, as I mentioned, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you, I love you, and I hope that you're doing well. I hope this video has helped you or will help somebody that you know in some way. Remember that leaving a marriage that is unhealthy, that is toxic, that will not serve you well, is okay to leave. There's nothing wrong with that. And I want to encourage you to do what is best for you and your children. Make sure that they are healthy and safe emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.